Hello everyone. So, hopefully it'll behave tonight because I found out that staff had tried to let me know that it tried to talk to me during the last stream on Twitch this morning, and it didn't come through. Hi, staff! I will get to you in just a minute. I am sharing everywhere, so how are you doing? Yeah, for just a minute I'm sharing. Okay, I was sharing to a couple of places and didn't want some problems. Yeah, I get that stuff. So I got thinking about it, and here I've read your birthday, and I know my husband's birthday. And you'd think that the two would dawn together in my mind. Right? No. You and Brett share the same birthday. So I hope you have a great birthday. And enjoy it. And I'm sure... Yep. And I'm sure it'll probably be fun having the whole family kind of able to celebrate together. I'm guessing it's been a while since you've been able to do that. Well, I hope you have an excellent day. I mean, because you definitely deserve it after all you've done for the past while. And that all you do for everyone, so this may sound bad, but I'm going to say I hope you don't get on streams tomorrow. Well, we might enjoy spending our time with you and would enjoy having you there. I think every streamer out there, every video producer, every content creator would say, we want you to enjoy your time with your family. I mean, obviously, once in a while, that's up to you. You know, it might be fun to spend a little bit of time, but don't work on, you know, you're usually the one putting out all the fires and everything else. Let others do that for you tomorrow and just enjoy. Yes, that I can see. Pop in, say hi, pop back out. But not sit there and do how much you usually do for us. That's what I was getting at. And it sounds like fun. Especially where I'm glad, because I'm sure especially your kids and grandkids absolutely adore you. I know, just from what I know of you, I'm sure that they enjoy having you there, enjoying spending time with you, everything else. And will appreciate having the chance to show you how much they appreciate you. Sometimes it's hard for us as parents, etc., to allow others to celebrate us. We're always giving to everyone else, and sometimes we need to step back and allow others to celebrate us and all we do. That's weird. That one does not want to come. There. Now it'll quit showing me that there's an event. I'm going to risk the night bus. That's where I'm at. And I know it's a complete risk. But literally I cannot move on until I get the night bus. That's the hard thing about this challenge, or about these tasks, is these tasks are set up such that if you lose the night bus, you're going to be working on them forever. Well, you saw what my game did, and then when I got home, I played with, not with Lynette, I was watching and jumping on the night bus and just fighting because I wasn't sure. Oh boy. So yours has been not just bad, but horrible. Lynette actually got stuck in the complete restart loop today. And she usually doesn't. So, yeah, I wish that's the one bug I wish they could figure out and totally fix. Because today, and it's going faster. I don't know if it's behaving for everyone yet or not. But earlier today, when Lynette got stuck in the login loop, mine, when I'd click on a Death Eater or, any of the foes, it would take a while to load in. And hers was doing the same thing at the same time. Now hers ended up freezing. Luckily mine did not do that. So we will hope that mine behaves. Because literally part 3, I'm on the Earn the Challenge XP. Hopefully they can figure yours out soon, and it should be interesting to see with Lynette's if hers behaves or not. I'm not going to stay on long enough to send everyone over there, but well, that would be nice. If they do get it fixed, we all know who to thank then. I'm sure if your account going crazy helps them figure out what's causing it exactly, so they can fix it so we don't have it happen again ever, you would appreciate it too. And while you'd be sad that it happened, you'd be glad that at least you could help everyone out. Yeah. And that's the thing, is they haven't been able to reliably replicate it. So where yours is replicating, it sounds like that may be the key that they need to find it. kidding. Fix it and maybe give you an extra day of play or 2 days of play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is where it's a repeat. Hopefully it's still repeating for them, because then as they try to see what's going on, because that may lead to the solution. True, but at the same time, it would be, can you imagine being able to say, well, not only, of course, it might be kind of hard to give you that extra day. But they could at least make sure you get certain rewards for doing so. And I think, so here's part of it too. Your account, they have more contact with you, so they could do that. I've heard of others where they have said they've had it happen over and over. And they haven't been able to do that, or they haven't done that, but probably because they don't have the closer contact. Exactly. And who knows, maybe you'll end up ahead, because maybe what they're doing while they're working on it is they're playing for you. They're going in the fortress and fighting and everything for you, and they're catching all the foundables and whatever to try and get it to do it and to hit the loop so that they can know exactly what causes it. Well, if they ever want to see what gameplay's like over here, it's not like I don't share enough. And they could, if you could always say, hey, I got someone else that's willing to do certain things, as long as it's one that you want shared. But if it's something they want to see if it's working, or working how they intended, or what's going on, they could always watch me play. Well, October is the month they did all the dark art stuff last year, and we had the holiday event. And we got that new page and everything, and there's hints towards more information coming through. Ah. Well, then maybe my account wouldn't be the best, because people might go, wait a minute, I don't have that. Ah. I've heard of a few others say the same thing, that theirs were heavier too. I got close, but I didn't quite get there, as you saw. Oh, come on. In, across, out. There. I hate the phone shake. I'm going to make that one clear. I don't know if they could provide another option for that phone shake. One depending on the on where it's at. If it So yeah. So on that shake one, if it has one after it, a lot of times trying to shake it, it either gets it more than once or it doesn't register a shake. And I've noticed that I have to shake it hard enough that it actually, the past 2 weeks, has tried to dislocate my shoulder. Or not my shoulder, my elbow. Because for some reason I shake with my left hand. So, yeah, that's kind of, and I don't know if that could be mentioned, but sounds like Brett's home. Brett or Caden, I'm not sure which. I don't think it's David yet. David went out with his friend today. I will try that because, like I said, It's been, or I'll try to remember to try that. And maybe it's because I think I've tried kind of tapping it, but maybe I've tapped the whole phone rather than the side. And the side might allow more of a shake to it. Sounds like it was Brett because I hear the dryer.
Yeah, you're closer in the dryer.
What about David's clothes?
David's are still washing.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go back for him.
Okay, I was just curious.
No, so
Oh, he's at Jade's? Okay. Steph says hi.
Hi, Steph.
Guess whose birthday's tomorrow and not yours? I know. So you didn't guess yet.
What?
Guess whose birthday's tomorrow and not yours? Yes.
You told me that. She said you thought it was on the same day.
Yep. It is. The kids, some of the kids are taking him out for a birthday meal tomorrow.
5:30. I'm heading back.
I hate when this happens. They're like sitting there doing nothing. And I've already gone after a bunch of them. I'll let him know he just walked out. What drives you batty, though? Because I think I meant, or because obviously the chat and where I'm talking about is slightly delayed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. It's like there's a reason I don't like going in the lower chambers anymore with randoms, because it's like I'm literally sitting there. I've gone after, there was one today. There were 17 foes, and I took out 8 of the 17. And I was like, I think that's a bit over my limit. And I took him out because, yeah, I can't remember if that was when, I think I was just trying to get some drops, and I'd found that for some reason I was getting more drops if I went in with other people. Either that or they just happened to jump in when I was going in. I can't remember. But I was just going, holy crap, come on. But I got a drop out of it, so in fact I think that was one of the ones that I got a good drop out of. I think that was one of the ones I got like 3 motorbikes in a row, which was shocking, but was exactly what I was after at the time. So I was kind of like, okay, I'll deal with it. And maybe that's why I got the good drops. Let's see. I guess I go after this. Hopefully they've given me a shield. Okay, it's not hitting me bad. I was worried it would. And this one, it's okay. I get why they're just sitting there. We don't have any ores, so this one is all me. Oh, I know what it was. It was for the 3. You needed 3, at least 3, battle with at least 2 other people. That's when it was. But I still got a good drop out of it, I believe. And that's one reason I'm going for battling with people, is where I need challenge XP. You get more if you're in with other people than going in the same chamber. And I was hearing Lynette start to have issues. I think it was then. And so I was getting worried. And I'm sure the professors right now are going, really? Why'd you take that one? But I didn't have any of mine to take, so... And why do we have a professor going after it rather than letting the ore take it? Go figure. If I'm right, that may have just obviously didn't get me enough XP, but it may have done one other thing. But first, let's gather my energy. Because I've been known for thinking, oh, I gathered all the energy. Okay, we're good. And then go back in and fight and realize I had left a whole bunch of energy on the ground. Yay! I was right. I know this one's from what I've heard, this one's what we're getting for Community Day. Hopefully they drop us another page. Because going through and seeing if I have any to place. Okay. I'd love to hear what your strategy is. Which, as you say, placements, I remember I need to do one thing. Because I'm getting close to being able to place another one. Ah! Then you can just use that for the event. Of course, this time it was Brilliant Event XP, I believe. That one I just... And I have at times waited to place. In fact, if you look, my Brilliant registry is sitting there saying, go in! And I'm not going after as much stuff right now. Yeah. But I am trying to get everything to gold too. I don't know why, but I kind of would really like that. Because here's another thing for me. I suspect that we're going to start getting more pages. We almost have to. I think we got slowed down because of everything with COVID. And so I'd like to have it to where most of the pages are ready, that literally I'm after that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. That's why I haven't gone into my registry yet. I'm waiting until I'm on that task. Which we're getting close. But yeah, that's why I'm waiting until I'm on that task, is I would bet that any of it counts. And I saw your birthday meal pictures in Angel Goddess's Discord. Oh my word, those look so good. I don't blame you for not going out tonight. Let's see if another one shows up for me. It looked delightful. Okay. So I know technically I should have gone after the Dark Wizards, but they actually, and I don't know why, but for me they're harder than the Pixies. And I will say, you were saying, oh, it's so easy on that birthday meal you cooked. One thing I found is that there's three types, or there's a few different types of people. Some, it doesn't matter what you put in front of them. It will be they will make it amazing. Some, it doesn't matter what you put in front of them. it will be horrible. Like what they cook. It doesn't matter how closely they follow a recipe, the works. Others, as long as they follow the recipe to the T, it will be really good. And others, like, literally can cook out of nothing. So, well, I guess that's the first one. So some can make anything, make something amazing out of anything. Some, as long as they follow the recipe, and some not at all. When I get just taking the pictures of the stuff you cooked on the grill because you knew that that's what she was after. I have a brother who's one of those who's learned to cook by taste, and he's been teaching my kids. And my son, who was a missionary, is one who picked it up the most. So right now that son's actually trying to figure out if he's going to go back or not. But one thing he said is he's not going to. Around here they have what are known as singles wards, to try and cater to that age group more. But that son basically said there's no way he will attend a singles ward. And my husband got talking to him, and he told me that the reason why is their meat markets. And that son is considered prime in the meat market. He was considered prime on his mission, and that was the people who didn't know him as much. Like of all the other missionaries, he was prime. And so he really... I've been warning him of this since he was little, because I knew it would happen because of the type of person he is. So that kid loves music. He plays music. You know, not just loves music, but literally can play. And so he loves dancing. He can play almost every instrument. Well, right there you've got yourself generally considered prime roast beef. You know, prime in the meat market. He cooks. And doesn't just cook, but cooks amazingly. That, in and of itself, will put you as prime in the meat market. He is smart as heck. And thoughtful and caring and kind and all, those types of things that when you put those traits together, it generally puts you as prime in the meat market. And he's also able, if he chose to go to school, he could probably graduate in anything he wanted. However, it's looking like he won't be going to school because it's looking like he's going to take over my parents' business. That's like my husband said it brought in something like $80,000, put $80,000 in my parents' pocket just during deer season last year. And so, not many kids can say at 20 years old that they're almost to the point that they can be earning over $80,000 a year. Or even over $40,000 a year. And that's basically, he's right on the edge of that. And then from there, he'll be able to build. And well, that makes him prime. So he's got all these different, he's prime for this, and he's prime for that, and he's prime for this. And yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is, so there's a couple of reasons I think that's the way they're thinking of going. Is one, my dad is one that he would not understand retirement. Let's put it that way. He would like to be able to go on missions again if they offer the opportunity again. It's a lot more restricted for older couple missionaries right now. But him and Mom would like to be able to do that. But at the same time, they would like to be able to come home and go to work again. My dad is the type of person, I don't think he'll stop working until he dies. Literally until he dies. And I think it's for the same reason my son has told my husband. My son told my husband that if he takes a day off, where he's not working and doing stuff, he hurts more. His way to reduce his pain and to everything else is to work. And so he works. And he works his tail end off during the days he works. The more he works, the less pain he's in, the happier he is. Now, the one thing that many of the girls won't realize is it takes a special girl to be able to put up with that, to not feel that you are being abandoned for the business. That he cares more about the business than you, because that's where he's spending all his time. But it's not so much that. He's doing it for the family. He's doing it for to feel better himself, etc. But it takes a special girl to realize that. Oh, come on, just leave it. And even though I've given everything away, let me go after it. Yeah. Well, and not just his future. His, once he finds someone and they marry, it'd be their future, not just his future. That's what he's investing in. But, so my brother very much has that same work ethic. But his wife can't deal with it. Yeah. Exactly. So, my brother's wife, when my dad reopened this portion of the shop, so it originally was opened by my great-grandparents. Yeah, and that's the thing, and I know it's in time, but it's going to take a special woman, and for him to attend I'm definitely not rushing him, but for him to attend a meat market ward, a singles, something that's focused on singles, most of those women, I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to be mean about LDS women, but just in general, even if they aren't LDS, let me make this clear, or, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, let me make this clear. Most women in general would struggle with the time commitment that's required of a small business owner. They'd love the money, but not necessarily the time. Especially that early on, and the fact that it isn't necessarily going to reduce. That this is going to be this way. Unlike somewhere, okay, they work and they go to school, so they're never home when they're first married. But then later on, it's just a stepping stone to working like a 9-to-5 job that pays better. And so there's hope for the future. He starts earning the higher money early, but he puts in the work for that higher money. And he may end up with even more money, spending it wisely and doing what he likes to do and stuff. But the cost comes, the money is earned by the time commitment to it. And compared to part of it's knowledge, things like that, but a big part is also time commitment. So originally my grandpa started this business. My great-grandpa, not my grandpa. And then my dad's uncles took over for a while. And when they got older, they had a spat and shut it down. But my dad kept the game processing part open. And they went ahead and a little while later completely closed down the deli portion. Well, he ended up, reopening the deli portion for my brother. because he was getting calls a number of times a year, pretty frequently, to his home phone number, asking for Horlocker's French dip, which was not offered anywhere in the valley when it was closed down. And so he could see a demand there. And so he opened it back up to fulfill this demand, because my brother needed a job. He had a young family, and he wasn't sure he wanted to work, or I wanted to go to school at the time, not work, but wanted to go to school at the time, and trying to figure out what he's going to do with his life. So my dad offered him to open this back up. My dad had all the recipes and everything, and run the shop. Well, his wife wanted him to be available, expected him to be able to leave whenever she said she needed help, that she could call at any time of the day and say, "Hey, I need you here. Come get me." Or, "I need to go shopping. Come get me." Or, "I need," just in general could call and he'd be able to leave immediately. And that he wouldn't show up to work until 9 or 10, and he would leave by 5 p.m. So, obviously, anyone who has owned a small business knows that's not how small businesses work. But that's what she thought and what she expected of him. And she was upset that the business was taking too much of his time, was her feeling. Exactly. And I don't blame her. I mean, her dad has a high degree. I don't know exactly what. Her real dad, not her stepdad. And works the oil fields and basically sets his own hours. He can show up when he wants, leave when he wants, His wife can call and he can immediately leave. My guess is he doesn't take advantage of it very often, but that he has off and on when she's been there, because she's there, and so he has that opportunity, and she sees that and doesn't realize the other parts that go into it. Yeah. And that's common. And like I said, I don't blame my sister-in-law for that, because I think she didn't realize that, her dad probably made, so her mom divorced when they were younger. I don't know how young, but by the time they were teens, she was remarried. And her dad was in Alaska and she was in Utah. Well, they would go visit Dad for the summers. I'm not sure if it was all the time or what, but obviously enough time that she could see that he could take time off, but not enough time that she might realize what he's done during the rest of the time, that it's only while they're there that he's doing it. And that he's during other times he's putting in extra work or things like that. Because that's the only way I can see, even in a job like that. I don't know of any job that would basically, you can work whatever hours you want, whenever you want, and you don't even have to work a full 8 hours a day. You know, don't even have to put in a full 40-hour a week. I can't see that even in the oil field, other than if he was salary and it was, okay, that's okay for right now, but it's okay because you've put in extra time otherwise. Like I'll leave that for the professor. During the winter, you put in extra time. Those two I'll go after. Oh, well. And that's my assumption, is that what happened was she didn't see the time he put in during the winter. I guess I go after this. And just assumed that the hours he kept during the summer when she was there visiting, which were probably because she was there visiting, she assumed they were the hours that he always had. Because I don't see any other way. And honestly, she's happy with my brother's job now. Because it's that same idea. As long as he puts in the hours, you know, sometimes he'll go in earlier, sometimes he'll go in later. And he's learned to tell her no at times. He's learned to say, I can't. I need to, and because she loves the job he has, and she's realized more since back when he owned, when my dad offered him this, she's more open to him just to him telling her not right now. Basically telling her no. But because of that, it tells me that, wonder if I'll be able, okay, good. I don't know if I lost it or not, but anyway, but we will see. That's my concern, is that whoever he marries, before he marries him, that's one thing I'm basically going to have a talk with them about, is that they need to understand that, they need to understand that even as he's dating them, if they have an issue with how little time he spends with them while he's dating them, they're going to have an issue with how little time he has for them when they're married. Because getting married won't change the amount of time he has for them. But at the same time, I will say this. If a girl's willing to put up with it, they've got themselves a catch. You know, there's that. He does have issues. He's not perfect. I mean, he's got a temper at times. And he needs to learn patience. But there's hope, if that makes sense. And not just hope, he is an amazing person. So, anyway. Yeah, exactly. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's another one of us, that's why. I'm sitting here trying to drop, and I can't get it to drop, and I can't figure out why. And oh, it's because there's not just one Maggie in here this time. So, it should be interesting. I have another son whose dad was gonna, from what I understand, considering giving the shop to both of them. But it sounds like the one may be going to quit this, like, after deer season, so when mom and dad aren't as quite as bad off, maybe after Christmas. And I guess from what I'm hearing is he wants to completely earn all his money from streaming. Ah, I really should do that, but one, I'm not sure where my books are, and two, I'm not sure if I've forgotten enough to reread it yet. I have this thing where I can remember a lot from one reading, and so I have to take a while between. And, well, that can cause problems at times, because if you read it too frequently, there's nothing new. Yeah. Well, yes and no. Dad's not completing retirement. Dad will do everything he can while he's alive. The question is, he won't have a say when he goes, and he's in his, let's see, I'm in my 40s, he's in his late 60s. So, okay, let's see. Oh, I don't have anything to place there yet. Let's see what that did. Nope, that didn't get me any brilliant event XP. I see. Yeah, it was funny when, before the final book was written, you know, when the books were still in writing, I was considered the... Okay, I don't see anything coming across the screen yet. I have heard people are getting some dialogue with those, so but I was considered the person to go to for what the book said. And people are like, so I've read it 20 times, and I'm like, I've read it once. So the, you know how I wasn't going in and collecting the family? Going into the registry? That didn't give XP when I did go in. I'm guessing it already counted it, and they were wise about that. I'll show you. I had it. So you know how when you go in, you have to go in before it ranks you up? When I went in to rank up, and it ranked me up 3 or 4 times after I started this task, it didn't count any of that XP to the event. Placing does, catching does, but not looking at that registry page. So the XP you get while you catch it doesn't count. It's only the placement of it that counts. So that can be helpful to know. So you can go in and look at the page and let that rank up. Just don't place if it's for the next event or if it's what you're saving or whatever. So okay, I think I'm gonna let you go because of time, because like you said, you need to get your book read, and I know you're gonna be partying tomorrow, or I'm betting, so you won't have time then, and I'd like you to spend the time with your family. I don't see Jen on. I'm hoping that we start seeing Jen again soon. Some of the indications I've got is that the reason she's not talking as much, she hasn't joined us as much, stuff like that, is that she's dealing with some stuff in her own life, and she's got some appointments and stuff to get it figured out at the end of this month, and hopefully she will join us soon, and maybe we'll get some other, it would be nice to get other people, but yeah. So have a happy birthday tomorrow, and I will talk to you on Thursday.